All right, this is Ubaid on behalf of Electronics, and in this video, we'll be exploring the difference between trade policies at a national level and trade policies at an international level. Okay, last few videos, we've been talking about regional trade agreements and global trade agreements. Okay, in this video, we'll talk about the difference between national trade agreements, okay, or national level trade agreement, as well as an international level trade agreement. Okay, so when it comes to a national level trade agreement, okay, this is national level trade agreements, and this would be imposed by the government of the country, for example. Okay, this is national level trade agreements. Okay, and this has to do with increasing protectionism, such as trade barriers, okay, tariffs, taxes, so on and so forth. Okay, such as you got your trade barriers, tariffs, and taxes. All right, now, as I mentioned earlier, these agreements are meant for okay, the government okay, to protect domestic producers, okay, domestic businesses, as a result of which the imports may go down, okay, and the trading at a local level may go up. Okay, so imports usually go down, and trading at a local level or trading within the country, within the country goes up. Okay, so if you have a developed country like the United States, Canada, or any one of the developed countries around the world, okay, and they're more concerned about local trading, okay, it's possible that they may impose certain trade barriers for imports, as a result of which the domestic producers or manufacturers are protected, okay, and they're able to increase their sales revenue and profit, okay, along with the infant industry, okay, where university and college graduates who start a business, okay, people with startups, okay, they can establish themselves in the business as well, okay, within the industry. Now, apart from that, okay, as I mentioned earlier, with protectionism, it reduces dumping, okay, which is selling a product below the cost of production. Okay, and obviously it is good for um, certain cultural and national values. All right. So this has to do with national level agreement. Now, the government may impose certain restrictions, trade barriers on certain goods and products. Okay. However, on a general level, they may also negotiate okay, tariffs and trade barriers on an international level. Okay. So when it comes to okay, international level agreements, this is international level trade agreements. So for the international level trade agreements, okay, what's happening is okay, your countries are getting together, Okay, let's say a group of 23, 54, 68, so on and so forth. Okay, they get together and they negotiate tariffs, a negotiation of tariffs and taxes. Okay, negotiation of tariffs. Okay, trade barriers, such as tariffs and taxes. And these negotiations take place before, okay, the other countries, for example, can take a counteraction. Okay, so let's say if a country imposes trade barriers, okay, the other countries would get together along with the country that imposed trade barriers for negotiations. If these negotiations are not successful, okay, what's going to end up happening is the other countries will go ahead and impose their own taxes, okay, for the goods that are being imported into their countries. All right, so that's your international level trade agreement. This has to do with um, okay, general goods and services and products. Okay, national trade level agreements. Okay, they may be relevant to specific goods. Okay, so when the government does impose tariffs and taxes, they may impose tariffs and taxes on specific goods and services or products, and they may impose tariffs and taxes on certain countries, so specific countries. Okay, with whom they have trade relations. All right. So apart from that, this is Obey on behalf of Electronics. Have yourself a great day.